It's the breeding season and the baby leopard geckos are finally hatching. And I mean, I can't wait to show you guys, but in this video, we're gonna go through a few babies that we've hatched out. We're super excited. It's gonna be pretty amazing. So guys, Brian from MBK Reptiles here. We're going to be going through a few of the babies, leopard geckos that we've been hatching. First of all, I'm going to explain to you a little bit on our process on how we basically hatch out our babies to start off the year. So the first thing that we do is that our first eggs that we actually incubate are incubated at a high temperature. Like we put them in our Python incubator because we want to be able to incubate them as males. So for people that don't know, leopard geckos eggs are basically like you can actually like temperature sex them as you're incubating them. So high temperature incubation will give you primarily males, and then lower temperature will primarily give you females. So at the beginning of the year, we actually incubate everything very hot so that we choose and pick out like our males. Now, out of those, it sometimes happens that you might have a few like females that will come out from being high temperature incubation. But those females, we call them hot females, will usually go through I'll put them through just like pet store animals, like wholesale animals, and not like breeding animals. I try to separate them. I really want the males that I keep for breeding to come from high temperature incubation, and the females that I keep come from lower temperature incubation. Now, another reason why we start incubating high is because they actually hatch much faster. So instead of taking maybe 50 to 60 days to hatch out, they hatch out under 45 days, which is actually very good to start the production and get a lot of the babies coming. So we're maybe down probably a dozen or so animals, and how about we get into it? Let me show you guys a little bit of what it is. So today, we do have a little baby that actually hatched out. So we were lucky enough, our incubator had failed and we were able to actually save a lot of the eggs. So a lot of our eggs went like in the low 50s and just for one night, and then they came back out. Now, this is just a normal, like we call them like high yellow leopard gecko. What I'm gonna do though, is I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the situation that we have right here. So it happens when you do a lot of breeding. I don't know if we can see properly, but this little guy right here is missing some eyelids. Okay, so this is a deformation that can happen with the leopard geckos, and for us it's very, very important. I don't know if you can see properly, but you see like it's like missing. You can see on this side the eyelid is here, but on this side the eyelid is like missing. So this is not something that we want. So we want to make sure that when we breed our animals, we provide like the highest quality animals. So unfortunately, this baby cannot go into the market because we're going to be producing, like we produce thousands of animals, and these animals are basically, we want to make sure that the quality is there so that everybody have the best experience with their animal. We're talking about like life length and everything that comes with it. Luckily for us, nothing goes to waste, right? So I mean, it's not something that we necessarily like to do, but it's something that we decide to do. So we have a lot of king snakes that actually are piggy eaters that eat primarily lizards and stuff like that. So nothing goes to waste. We just put on through, like we recuperate everything that we can to do so. But odds are that it's not all the animals that go like that. Most of them are really high quality, and let me show you guys a few of them that we have. So these two, they come from a little clutch from a Bold Stripe and a Universe Enigma that we've had. So I mean, these guys, look at how beautiful they are. Look at the pattern on what they are, exactly how they're gonna turn up. I mean, they're just little babies. Look at them. Oh, he's got attitude already. I mean, I love how the pattern is, the coloration. This one here being a little bit more hypo, probably going to turn around a lot more orange as they're going to grow. Now, since we're in here and we're looking at the babies, This is basically how we set them up. So we set them up one by one as much as we can, and then eventually we'll probably put them two by two to try to grow them up as we together, you know, so that they get used to being held in a group. Now we will put a little piece of egg crate. We keep them on a little newspaper. We'll put a little bit of Vitasan. So the Zoomed Vitasan, the Sonoran white is the one that we prefer because it doesn't stain anything. Is great. We have the little water dish, and we use a little cap with just a few mealworms. Now it's very important not to overfeed them, or else all the mealworms will scare them. So we just put like maybe 5 or 6 mealworms in, like very baby mealworms, and we'll let them, they usually crawl out and then they eat them, and then try to not disturb them more than anything. This little guy. Now, other ones that are cool are the Black Knights. So we have here a Black Knight cross with some blood mandarins. So you can actually see on the back of the leg, there's like black coming in, but there's a lot of yellowish and orange to it. So this, you can see as this animal is going to get bigger, it's going to grow more and more black, but there's going to be that orange tint to it that's going to try to come in. So a lot of the Black Knights, they have like those black legs like this. This is really cool. Oh, look at this guy. He don't like me. Now this one here is a Black Knight. So they come from what we call like our brown turrets family. So they're not like, they're like ugly looking Black Knights, and they put them together. You can see like the black legs, the black front legs and the black back legs are there. So you see guys, so that's a little bit of what happens when you put like mealworms. So even if we put like 10 or so mealworms, like a lot of them go in the water. So you got to make sure that you change that water like pretty much twice a week to make sure that nothing spoils. But those mealworms, they want the water, they go right in. So that's very, very important. So guys, we're super excited. It's basically the baby season. So the geckos are usually the first to start the whole like ball basically. So we're getting leopard gecko eggs daily. We're getting babies daily, and we're going to be we're starting to breed. The ball pythons are breeding full mode. The colubrids are just coming out of hibernation, so we're going to start feeding them slowly, and breeding is going to start in about 3 weeks or so. And then from that point on, it's going to get hectic and going to get more and more crazy as we go. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope that's good enough information. We're definitely going to update you guys on the breeding season. So far, so good. We're already having like a better start of our breeding season with leopard geckos than we had a few years ago. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, watch other of our leopard gecko videos. We do have some breeding, like how we breed leopard geckos. So I mean, you can check those videos out, depending from the babies all the way to how do we raise and breed the animals. They're through the channel, so just browse through. Thanks for watching, and till next time, no stress.